Looks like I'm streaming. Alright, let's see if you guys can see me. Put this up a little bit, I guess. I haven't done one of these in a while. But decided to just stream a meditation I'm working on. So thank you for your time. I've had this book for a while, and it's really good if anybody's looking to get into yogic meditation and really have it laid out. It's called Kriya Secrets Revealed, 5th edition. You can get it on Amazon. And I bought this book because it seemed like a really interesting book. And it's a great way to get the yogi, I should say like the Vedic yogic cheat sheet, if you will. It kind of outlines what the processes do, what they think it does, how their systems work. And it's the meditative aspect of yoga. It does have activities and pranayamas, but it's not so much focused on the physical asanas. Asanas being the different poses like downward dog and sun salutations and such, which are all great. But this is more of, I'd say, even though it's secrets, it's lighter. It's great tools to learn to heal the body and heal the mind and heal the psyche and the emotions and feel good. And it really doesn't take that long. I haven't finished this book yet. I think I'm going to just start streaming when I do it, maybe when I do my morning exercises. I know I can make these into some sort of like official video, but I'm not there yet. I'll be doing that maybe soon enough. I want to work on my app first. So today, we're going to do just a couple of these exercises, as long as my cat Gur wants to join in. And I'm going to light some sage, but if you'd like to, just light some incense. And for those who don't know, yogis, on some level, all of them, and priests and Buddhists and other figures that are spiritual, religious, they do these things called satsangs, which is like going to mass a little bit, where they just pick out a story or something they want to talk about and look and digest the spiritual side of it. And I put up this one earlier on my Facebook today by this great guy, Muji, where he's talking about Jesus Christ and Easter, and he has some great stories. I don't know if I'm going to do my own satsang, but I recommend listening to that. Many of us didn't get a chance to go to church this Easter, and many of us aren't able to be with our families this Easter. And that's a shame. So if we can't connect in person, we can connect digitally, and if we can't hear the stories at Mass, we could just listen to somebody tell some good stories. And the thing I like about Muji is he's very inclusive of all the saints and sages and all the other different religions, and that aligns with me and my belief in a universal religion, the truth, which is, I think, central to my belief in the consciousness movement. And I've been exploring that as all these tools as being part of the consciousness movement, just being conscious of what's out there. So I'm going to tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And turn towards you a little bit. And I don't know if I'm going to explain every step, but if you're listening to this, feel free to join along for these parts. It's a pretty simple exercise, and really I'm just kind of doing this for fun. I'm missing all you guys. I'm figured I'd just share a little bit. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take a deep breath. Just let it go and relax. You know, it's funny. I'm here at the ultimate 420, 2020. I'm taking a break from smoking pot, even though I find pot smoking to be great with meditation. So if you are smoking, feel free to smoke and join me. But I won't be partaking till 420, which is my brother Charles's birthday, which also happens to be 420, and that'll be a day I celebrate. Just a little food for thought. So next, we are going to practice Nadi Sadhana. And please forgive me, my pronunciation of Sanskrit's just not that great. I'm still learning. And this is a simple exercise. You take your hands. You know, you can use them like this. You know, if you want to get really official, you hold your hands like this. But I don't know that it really matters, but I'm going to just do it the traditional way. You hold your hands like this, and you close and you block off your right nostril. You're going to breathe in through your right nostril, close them both, and then open your right nostril and breathe out. And breathe in through the right nostril. Hold it. Breathe out through the left nostril. Breathe in through the left nostril. Hold it. Breathe out through the right nostril. This balances the energies in our body. And for those who aren't aware, our body naturally switches nostrils throughout the day that we breathe through. We generally breathe only through one nostril most of the time. And I believe this exercise helps balance the nerves and systems and parasympathetic systems related to our breathing systems to rebalance them. So we're going to do this for 12 times. I'm just going to go ahead, and I may explain it as I go, but we're going to start with the right nostril closed, left nostril open. Breathe in. Close it, or you could just hold it. Close off the left nostril and breathe out. Breathe in through the right nostril. Hold or close it. Breathe out through the left nostril. Repeat. In through the right. Hold. Close off the right nostril. Breathe out through the left. In through the left nostril. Hold. Out through the right nostril. Now, some of you may have noticed that my left nostril took a little longer. It's because that one's a little more closed right now. Sometimes it's the more open one. In through the right nostril. Hold. Out through the left nostril. Now we're going to do this 3 more times. Breathe in strong and evenly. And smoothly. Let it make noise. Be noisy with your breathing. If you're shy with your breathing, what else are you shy about? Last time, in through the left. Hold. Out through the right. Okay. You need to take a minute, go blow your nose, clean up. I did that a little bit beforehand, but it always makes me uncomfortable for a moment doing that, closing out my nostrils. And the next thing we're going to do is called Ujjayi Pranayama. Take a second, shake it loose. Because what we're going to do next is pretend we are kind of Darth Vader with our breathing. And while you're doing this, if your body feels like it needs to move, you can be very disciplined, very rigid, sit up straight, do this as a tight meditation. But if your body needs to move, I don't see why you can't just let it flow and move a little bit. Especially with all the tension. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, no tension in your face, your head. Just wiggle a little bit. So Ujjayi Pranayama. What you're going to do is we're going to kind of make a Darth Vader breathing voice, like a little bit of a wheeze almost. We're going to do this for about 12 rounds of breath. And you're just wheezing, you Darth Vadering your breath a little bit in and out. So we're doing this through our nose, not with our mouth open. And if you wish to be really disciplined, you can close your eyes and concentrate on your third eye. Third eye is the spot right here. If you want to get even more advanced with it, go from your medulla, the back of your head, base of your skull, where your spine and your brain meet. And envision a line going from your medulla to your third eye. And imagine just seeing through that. I know it sounds silly, but just what you're really doing is looking into your imagination while you're doing this breath. With a little bit of concentration. Don't have to try it real hard. It's not really required at this moment. We'll do a little bit more of that later. What we're going to do is we're just going to breathe this for 12 rounds. So. You're doing this deep belly Buddha breathing. You're using your diaphragm. And you're restricting your breath a little bit. It's strengthening your diaphragm. You breathe in. Breathe it all the way down, all the way to your lower belly. Breathing it all the way down. You may cough a bit during this. You are kind of clearing out your throat over and over again, shaking up the vocal cords, loosening up any nodules in there. So you cough it out, reset, and keep going. And out. Shake that out. And just that little bit of breathing. With those 2 little breath exercises, you might even be feeling a little bit different. You might be feeling a little bit of a shift in your perceptions of existence, in your reality, just from oxygenating your blood and from giving your lungs a little bit of an exercise and forcing your body to recognize sensations in areas that your brain may turn off. You're becoming more conscious of those spots. So now that we're in this place, we've been breathing a little bit, we're going to do an exercise called Talabya Kriya. This one's kind of fun. It's something you've probably done on some level since you were a kid. And what you're going to do is you're going to click your tongue. It's kind of that simple. You rest your tongue up on top of your mouth, make a little bit of suction, then lower your jaw until it pops off and makes a sound. They describe it in the book as the sound of a frog jumping in water. I kind of like that. And we're going to do this 5 times, and then we're going to stick our tongue out as far as we can. And I'm going to add a little extra step to that, make it a little more fun. Because I started watching Tiger King yesterday, whatever that show is, and I can already tell it's going to be ridiculous. So we're going to make the yogic tiger face, which is this. Make claws. This is a real thing. I'm not like, this is real, but like have fun with it. But you make your claws and stick your tongue out and you make your warrior tiger face. You are going to click your tongue, be a frog, and then be a tiger. Or imagine being by a pond and watching frogs jump into the pond, being at peace, and then the tiger appears. So, here we go. I'm going to click my tongue 5 times. We stick our tongues way out and make our claws go. Do it again. Peaceful frogs. Tiger. Peaceful water by a pond. Warrior. Last one. So that's a little bit of fun. You'll be wondering why we do this. We're stretching out our tongue muscles. The frenulum, which is the spot underneath your tongue, can get tight. I actually had surgery at mine when I was younger to loosen it because I was affecting my lower gums. But it can limit our range of motion of one of our strongest and important muscles, which is our tongue. We use, quite frankly, to survive in almost every aspect of our life. This exercise also stretches out the tongue so that you can, oh, you can see that. Flip it back. And you flip it back up. And you might have to look this online, or I might have to find a better way of teaching this. And the idea is that by flipping it back and pressing it on the roof of your mouth and the soft palate, when you're meditating, it adds a subtle pressure to the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. I believe it's mostly pituitary gland, though. I'll have to research that a little bit more. And yogis do this during meditation. It's one of the things that they do that you don't see. It's a secret. It's one of the secrets of meditation. And the idea is that the more you practice this, the further back you can go, the higher you can press. And the yogic scripture even talks about how one can become really good at this and feel energy flow through their tongue. And they even describe a sweet sense of taste that can appear. I haven't experienced the sense of taste, but I will say that through practicing this, I have felt energy through it, which might be emotions tied to the tongue. It might be muscle, neuromusculature realigning and being recognized. Don't really know, but it works for me, and it does help my meditations. So now we're a little bit warmed up for some yogic meditation. We're going to do our first chanting meditation. It's called an Om Japa. Now this is going to be a little advanced. For those of you that don't know anything about chakras, I will walk you through it. But what we will be doing is chanting Om and placing our concentration of this Om into each one of our chakras. Now, for those of you that don't necessarily believe in the chakral system, I found it to be true, but I've also found it to be ways in which our body experiences different emotions and the locations of those emotions. Just like, when we're feel guilty about something, we feel it in our gut because we didn't have the will to do something right. That is your chakra. The yogis would say that's your chakra system. Westerners would say, if I have something in the pit of the stomach, and science would say, well, everything's in the brain. And there's all truth in all of them, but where do we experience it? How do we connect with it? It's within different parts of our body. And so the different chakras, let's see if I got a list somewhere here, because I do not remember them all perfectly off the top of my head. Because I know them from root, sacral, will, heart, throat, third eye, spiritual, or lotus. They also have Sanskrit names of the Muladhara, Savastana, Manipuri, Hatna, Vishuddha, Ajna, and of course the last one is Sahasrara. I like the Sanskrit words, but until I use them better, I think I'm just going to use the root, sacral, and so on. So the root it's right here. It's the back. It's the lower part of your spine. It's the lowest part. It's the root of you. It's also where where you sit. That's one way to visualize it. But it's the base of your spine as well as your perineum, which is the spot between your anus and your genitals. And the next one up is your sacral, which is right behind the spot above your genitals, right at your lower back. So also your sacral bone. Your will centers are right here. It is your solar plexus and your back. And when we're doing this, you're going to want to visualize in your back. Or start with the back, but trust your own inner guru. If something says focus somewhere else, focus somewhere else. Heart chakra, pretty self-explanatory. Throat chakra is pretty self-explanatory. The third eye chakra. Now there's actually multiple spots on your head to focus. We are going to be focusing on the Brahmudha. Make sure I try and say this right. Brahmudha Madhya spot. And the interior is the medulla spot, which I discussed earlier. And Sahasrara, the crown chakra, is the top of the head. And when I say focus, all you're really doing is putting your consciousness there. And said another way is recognizing your feelings or sensations, or just paying attention to that spot. It's really just paying attention. So when you hear other yogis or meditations or people talk about putting their consciousness somewhere, or feeling energy somewhere, it's really a recognition of a sensation or feeling of a spot. So like the bottom of your feet. Probably weren't paying attention to them until I said this, and now you're focusing on the bottom of your feet. That's putting your consciousness in the bottom of your feet. You're recognizing the bottom of your feet. So we're going to get started here. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. I'm going to start with a single Om for the whole body, just to tune us in. And then I'm going to go through each chakra. And as you say Om, I just want you to focus on that chakra. I will be closing my eyes on this. I recommend you do the same, but it's not required. You do what's right with you. Some people can visualize better with their eyes open. Use the inner guru, which is listening to you, that small inner voice inside you that really knows what's right for you. Big breath in, and we're going to all start together with that Om. We're going to actually do that 2 more times. I may just keep my eyes open for this. We'll see how it feels. I'm going to follow my inner guru through this. But Om is the sound of existence. It is the vibration of existence. Christians could look at this as a word that encompasses the all of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Buddhists and Hindus kind of share similar uses of this. In Kabbalah, they would use different words and different descriptions. I'll get to that later on a different day. So on this Om, the first one was resonating the self. I want this Om to resonate with your room. You being in your room is the sound of you being in your room and being all one with this moment. And with this last one, I want you to resonate with each other, with the whole world. It's the sound of being within the world and within the all of existence. And you heard my voice shift there, and as I loosen up, I open up, you may hear the tone of my voice change. I recognize that the tones that I make, depending on where I'm feeling constricted, shift. Like when I'm really tense, my voice gets a little higher. I think our voice all gets a little higher. As I relax, my voice deepens, and I get a little more comfortable. You do what's right for you, so those shifts are natural. Next, I want you to focus on your root chakra, Manahara. We're going to chant Om. With each Om, I'm going to say the next chakra, and we're going to go one by one. And I want you to visualize energy, feeling light beautiful golden pure light flooding that area. Just recognize it. You're really just saying hello to it. Hello, existence. Hello, this part of existence. Root chakra. Sacral chakra. Solar plexus chakra. Heart chakra. Throat chakra. Third eye, from the medulla through. Crown chakra. Good job. Now we're going to do that again. Root chakra. Sacral. Before I go on, there are different mudras which you can hold your hands in. I'm just going to flow with mine, but pick one that's comfortable for you. Many just put their thumb and forefinger together and set it on their knees. Solar plexus. Heart chakra. Throat chakra. Third eye. No medulla, just your third eye. Crown. Now we're going to do this a third time. Ready? Go. Root chakra. Sacral chakra. Solar plexus chakra. Heart chakra. Throat chakra. Third eye chakra. Focus in between these points at the centermost part of your head. Lastly, crown chakra. Breathe in, shake it out a little bit, wiggle a little bit, and then come back and just be at peace for a moment. How do you feel? You've probably spent more time focusing on yourself and your body in this exercise than you may have done all day. Your body is important to you. It's the only one you get. You gotta take care of it. And to take care of it, you gotta recognize all the parts of it. And this tunes you in with all the parts of your body, all the important parts, all the centers of all of you. And it aligns it with your life, the world. Take time to just move it a little bit, maybe stretch a little bit. Now, when you're doing this on your own, you can actually use one long Om and focus up and down the chakras. You don't have to do one long one for each one, but I decided to do this the long way today because it's helpful for beginners to tune in to each part of their body, to recognize where things feel good or don't feel good. I, for one, lower back, got a little lower back pain going on right in what I would call my sacral chakra, and could be from sitting, could be because I've been feeling a little creatively pent up, and I get tense there, and this helps me loosen up my tension. So, in this exercise, and I think I'm going to go off the book today, and I might come back to this. The next idea is to just do this silently. Take 3 seconds. Let's do it. What do I care? Let's do it. I'm doing it. So, we're going to take a moment. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to meditate the word Om in your mind. And while meditating the word Om in your mind, concentrate on each one of the locations of the chakras for just 2 to 3 seconds. We're going to do this 3 times. You're scanning all the way up and then go all the way down the body. I will be speaking it out loud, but all you got to do is just think Om. You're just thinking Om really loudly in your head and focusing on a part of your body. So, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root. And if this is the first time you've done this, you have just really exercised your concentration and your consciousness by recognizing up and down your body. Doesn't seem like much, but it's actually pretty powerful. So the next step, so I'm going to keep going with these. It's concentration. And of course, right now, I'm wondering why it doesn't have this, or I want it to. Maybe that's it. Okay. We're going to do one last step. Because once we get past this step, I need to practice a little bit more and learn this one better. But we're just going to take a 5-minute meditation. And we are going to concentrate. And where are we going to concentrate? Take this off. We're going to concentrate from the medulla to the third eye. Now that we've raised up our energy, we're feeling centered, feeling at peace, we're feeling good. We have all these warm, flowy, wavy feelings, or relaxed feelings, or watery feelings, or fiery feelings, however you're experiencing it. If you've been following along, you're feeling pretty good. Except maybe your butt. Your butt might be tired from sitting all this long, but even that'll get better. And the idea is to close your eyes, relax your face, relax everything, and try to see from the medulla out to your third eye. And you may be wondering, what does that mean? What does that look like? The idea is to just hold on to that concept and strive for it gently and doing nothing else. And if you get distracted, return to it. So I'm going to start. I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see. And I might put my hands where, just as a reminder on occasion, okay? And when I start, just close your eyes. And if you would like, you can quietly chant Om in your mind, or you can just focus on this wherever your skill set is. With the idea being that by chanting Om, you're becoming more conscious and practicing doing more things at once consciously, which strengthens your skills. But it might be best for beginners to just sit and concentrate from medulla to the third eye and just practice seeing there. Ready? Here we go. Just breathe normally. And then let go of thinking about breathing. The only thing that you need to be focusing on is seeing and concentrating from the medulla to the third eye. Through the void that is the inside of your head on some level. So you can connect to that void within you and see into the void. And realize there's no void at all. It's just the all. This helps with fears. And if you lose it, bring your concentration back. Concentrate on just one thing. Seeing from the medulla to the third eye. There's stories that the third eye lets you see into the future. But what is more tangible and true is that by practicing looking within, seeing your own thoughts and feelings, you can better adjust to your present so you can build better experience for future you. I credit my good friend Ryan Ruggles for helping me understand that. He applies it to business and other aspects of life. I apply it to spirituality as well. What can you do today that future you will be very thankful for? Keep good posture for this. Just concentration. Now I'll be quiet for the rest of the exercise. From medulla to the third eye. And that's it. Thank you for joining me today on my exercises. We'll be doing more of this. Before I go, I want to show you another book. You know, we recently had Easter, and the past couple of years, like I've gotten to spend with my family, and this one I had to be alone, and gave me time to reflect and think, and there was a lot of truth in the stories I got to listen to this morning that Muji shared. And he talked about seeds, and I do think about seeds as planting wisdom. Some seeds take a long time to grow, sometimes they grow really quickly. And one thing he related a story of Jesus's, which is about the farmer who sowed seeds. Some seeds fall in the dirt, some on the rocks, some among the weeds. The ones among the rocks, they might grow, but their roots are a little tangled, so when the sun comes out, they may not survive. They fall. And the ones among the weeds, they get choked out. But the seeds that are planted in fertile soil, they grow healthy and strong. I've heard this story, and I found it to be true in my own life as an allegory. It's true that wisdom, stories, information, when it's shared at the right place at the right time, can really blossom within oneself. But what he said, which I've really found to be true in my life and resonated with me, is that the story isn't just about different people in the same seed, but it's also could be, and also is, a story of the different phases of our lives. There was times when I was among the rocks, living in between a rock and a hard place. There's times when I lived among the weeds, in situations where it was hard to thrive, and I was barely surviving. And I feel like I'm entering into a period of my life for me that I'm searching for rich, deep soil to plant roots into. My spiritual, intellectual, emotional, my true roots. I'm just getting there. And there have been different phases of my life. And I think that also is true in different parts of my life and in different ways. And so I want to plant a seed with you. And it's this book. There's truth in all religions. All religions are true. They are all describing the same experience of existence. I mean, it doesn't take much to see that. And I was raised Christian. I still believe in Christ. Christ consciousness is something that is a newer understanding of it for me. When as a child, I believed in God, and I thought Christ was the Son of God, but I also understand we're all the sons of God. We're all the children of God. And I've actually been to the Church of the Sepulchre where Christ was crucified. I did some work there for myself and for others. It's a beautiful place. Not as powerful as the rest of Israel for me, because although the story of Christ's death is important, the story of his life and how he lived is much more important, because he showed us all how it was done and how we could all do it, because he was man and human as well. And he said, here, this is how you do it. Like, noobs, let me show you what's up. Let me show you how to play this game and do it well. Play this game of life right. I'll give you some of the tools. Look around for the rest. And this book, the Sefer Yetzirah. Read this book. It is part of the Jewish tradition. It's a Kabbalah, but if you really understand Kabbalah means tradition. There's a tradition for all religions. So this is the root of the deeper wisdom of spirit and God from the Jewish tradition. And if one really understands this, I get a kick out of this, and I'm going to integrate this more with other teachings as I go on, is that if one really understands what's being said in here, we literally are all full of the Holy Spirit, Ruach HaKodesh. We are all God on earth on some level, if you will, or embody the God Spirit, and there's different ways to understand it. But it makes sense why those who would have really believed this would have looked at Jesus and said, well, of course, he's just saying what we already know in a different way. Which might be why Jews of the time looked at this younger Jew, because he was Jewish, and of Israel being the people of God, not just a nation, a physical nation. Israel is a people of God, the people who believe in truth, and said, well, yeah, we all are this. He's just putting it a different way, in a new way. Now how that plays out with human selfishness and greed and manipulation and control, he probably did it better than a lot of them, but there was also a lot of good in all of the people then, in all the religions. It only takes a few bad apples spoil the whole damn bunch. I think we can look at the way things are going in our world, and we're starting to see a few bad apples we need to address. But I urge you to get out of your shell, pick up this book. Yeah, time. if you aren't Jewish, it's a great way to just kind of open your mind to some of the mindsets of the Judeo-Christian Islamic tradition, because really, you know, Jesus would have known this. Like, this would have been wisdom and information he understood. This is understanding the mindsets of Judaism. Same with the Bahir, the Torah, and other works, but this one's a little easier to get at. And it's by Ari Kaplan, which is a guy who I found to be very wise. This book, Kriya Secrets by J.C. Stevens. This is another great book. This book captures more about yoga in one book than just about anything I've seen. And it focuses on one form of yoga, Kriya Yoga, but the explanations are universal. Twister, these are the same thing on some level. There's even like this. There's belief that it's possible that this is born out of this, because this is a yoga. This is a meditation. This has been hidden. Nobody's really broken this out yet for all sorts of Jewish political reasons. Maybe Spirit led them to it, but there's also a lot of political, internal religious, political reasons this has not been broken out and shared, which is the opposite of yoga. Two different paths. Same kernel. Abraham, Atman, Brahman. Spirit of all, the spirit of all. If I had a Bible, I'd say the spirit of all. And it's all part of the consciousness movement. Just want to bring it to your consciousness and your awareness that there's fun things, fun tools that are going to help you get through this. You know, this is a tough time for all of us right now, but I've used the tools in these books and other ones, and I shared some on my website, that I'm through most of the fear. I'm at the point of being comfortable with the unknown and planning for the unknown. I mean, just 100 years ago, people didn't know what the weather was going to be like, you know, let alone all this other stuff, and they were comfortable there. We're in a new age of information where we still need to be comfortable there, obviously. And I'm finding comfort, and I'm sitting around, you know, I'm thinking about fun projects to do, places to go, things I want to see, people I want to talk to. But what life I want to build after this, because I don't think I'm living the life I wanted completely. I've grown on a lot of pieces I like, but like, what does my heaven on earth look like? What does your heaven on earth look like? If you don't even believe in the spirit or God or anything, what is the best life you can imagine building for yourself? Like, and what could you be doing today to get there? Because quite frankly, you have plenty of time to plan it. Have a couple of beers, smoke some weed, make some love, cuddle, watch a movie, and think about what's valuable and important in your life and how you can have more of that. Because this new normal is going to be different. And I want your new normal to be different in a good way, in a loving way for yourself. The core of that, if you saw one of the talks I did before, is you need to build your own ark. I use that biblically because it's powerful. It's strong. The waves of fear and of existence are coming up, and it's raining on us. And so what is an ark in 2020? Don't mean that there's going to be a flood and like we all need boats, physical boats. An ark is a place for refuge, for safety, to weather the storm, and then be prepared for when the storm is over to build something even better than what was there before. And so for me, that's root chakra, getting through my fears. Okay. Recognizing my wounds that I need to heal, And then it's food, water, shelter that is less dependent on systems that are out of my control and more in tune with nature and what I can influence. I've been thinking a lot about that. So gardens this year. I'm going to be gardening this year because it saves money, like dramatic savings on money. If this disease affects food systems, financial systems, economic systems, I'll have radishes and cabbage to make stew, right? So I'm thinking about stuff like this. Longer term, my dream, because my heaven is maybe like an off-grid farm. I've been thinking about off-grid now for over a decade. And like the concept of it are awesome. And the best part is people think that off-grid means disconnected from the world, and it doesn't. I mean, you still have internet. It just means you generate your own power, food, and potentially, hopefully, you have a well for water, so you have your necessities taken care of. You can still work remotely. You can still drive to work. You can still build this and have your same life. It's just integrated more with Mother Nature. And I like that idea. I feel like I'd like to get tied into Mother Nature a little bit more. It might be fun. I guess I'm having a set saying. This is my set saying of it. Dreaming out loud on a Monday morning. Beautiful sunny day. And I wonder if we could be doing that in the suburbs. What does that look like in the suburbs? There's urban farming. Is it removing the monoculture of grass and having natural fruit and vegetable bearing plants for the region be gardened instead? I mean, maybe. I'm going to be planting a garden in my yard. I mean, I would like to think bigger and longer term as maybe a farm or at least a couple of acres that is a garden for food. I don't know if I'll be a farmer, but be fun. You know what it's like to eat your own food? I have made my own liquor, made my own beer, grown my own weed, grown my own mushrooms, built my own car, built a motorcycle, built my own audio equipment. Like, I've made my own stuff. It is great. It's so cool to put something on. And even if it's not the best in the world, it's the most yours in the world. And it's been so great doing all that. I'm not doing any of that now. I think I'm in a holding pattern figuring out what I want to do next. But just fun things to think about. What do you want to build for yourself? You can also use your skill sets and say, hey, I'm not a farmer, but I know economic systems that could help people who are doing this turn a little bit of their extra food into money. Or maybe you're a community builder. Maybe you could go, hey, we need communities like this. You don't necessarily need co-ops, but like-minded people might like doing the same things in the same area. Maybe they want to go to the same concerts or the same raves or parties, once we're allowed. Once we choose to connect with people and accept whatever risk that is. Because we're still able to do that. But right now, it doesn't seem wise. So until it's wise, protect yourself. Yeah, I want to build something like that. Ideally, I want to live on a farm where I have my own water, food, shelter, maybe like a place to go fishing, not far from there, and not so far from where I could actually go hang out at the bar, go dancing, definitely dancing, clubbing a little bit. I'm thinking Northern California lately, because it's beautiful up there. More affordably, I've been looking at Alabama as something that anybody could afford if they wanted to go down there and do it. Burning Man's been canceled, so I've been saying, let's do Birmingham 2020. We'll make it Burning Man. We'll put up a man. We'll set up a temple. We'll just show up. We don't even tell them. We'll just show up in Birmingham. Make it a camp for a week or two. Blow people's minds. It'd be a blast. They wouldn't even know what hit them. It'd be such a good time. I'd be so happy to see all these wonderful people coming out, having fun and being welcoming and loving. It's another dream of mine I've been playing with. But on an ark. That's my all right. So we got root. That's sacral actually. That is my creativity coming out to play to keep me entertained and think of fun things to do. So what do I want to do when this is done? So there's no Burning Man. I'm serious. I think maybe I want to like organize people going to Birmingham. What a great place to just randomly show up and party. Maybe go camping. Um, Hang out with a bunch of fun people and dress up fun and wander around a beautiful city. It's called the Magic City. Why not make it magical for a while? Willpower. All right, so I'm gonna build all this. What do I actually have the willpower for? Right now, dreaming. I have willpower for dreaming. Willpower for working on indoor projects. Maybe making notes. Reading books. Seriously, if you're not taking some time to read a book, it doesn't have to be on this subject. Just it's great if you've lost the ability to read a book. That is an ability that you really need in this world. Like school had you read not just to read. School had you read because being able to sit and read a book is a skill, and it's a way to love yourself and nourish yourself. Reading the internet is like a snack, whereas reading a real book is like a super healthy meal chock full of every nutrient and vitamin you need, as well as some dessert. Heart. I think I'm doing this because I'm learning to love it. I'm learning to love it. I'd like to get better at this. I'm still not very good at packaging and doing all the polishing to make these things look super nice, like some of the others like really go to the ends to do. I'd rather just get it out, maybe be a little bit more raw. But maybe I'll put a little heart into packaging this. I think all my creativity and everything I'm doing is based on what would I love. I would love to find my own heaven on earth. There's people who found it. Luckily, mine is different than yours, or it might be the same. It's just what's infinitely loving for myself. I'd also love to set up as much as I can for myself now in preparation for the unknown in the future. So pretty much anything that is low risk, high reward, better safe than sorry, and doesn't require a huge investment. It all moves me towards what I love. Throat chakra. The arc throat chakra. I am talking about it. Talking about it with the stakeholders in my life that would be influenced. For me, namely, that's my mother, my father, my co-parent, Brittany, even my daughter. Because it isn't infected, it's just conversations, it's planning, it's fun, it's valuable. And at the end of the day, if it's just talk, well, we get a great conversation. I love conversation. Third eye for the arc. This one's getting a little harder, but guys, I think the arc itself is me using my third eye to look on down the curve and say, I think we see a lot of things weren't working the way we thought they were working. We were really lied to, and it's on us for believing the lies because we knew better sometimes. Not always. Sometimes we were deceived, and sometimes we were lied to. There's a difference between being deceived and being lied to. Once the deceptions are removed, then it's up to us to go, well, what was the real truth? And we're starting to see a lot of deceptions being revealed. And I'm not going to go and get too political just yet on this. But I will say this, they are self-deceptions. Be careful of all your self-deceptions. In this moment, if you are hearing these words, ask yourself, what are 3 things I've been deceiving myself about? I've been deceiving myself about how much I can how do I put this? How much I can change with my co-parent. We have different ways and ideals of viewing things. I've been deceiving myself with how fast some of this would come to pass. I think that's some of where the fear is, or was, is I thought some things were going to happen really rapidly, and now I'm slowing down going, oh, it's not happening rapidly. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, where like everybody sees it happening, and some people are like, oh, it'll just stop partway through, but nope, it is going to keep going and keep going and keep going, and we are just seeing like the cars crash. So I've been deceiving myself and thinking, some people are thinking like the crash is done. I mean, I've been deceiving myself and going, yeah, I thought we were already smashed, and what we're really at is like, maybe right here, maybe just right here. And we're going to see this continue over the next few months. Like a atom bomb in slow motion. And we're just seeing the little, we haven't gotten to the mushroom cloud yet. And then the blast and the fallout. All of it will happen slowly, which means we will have time to get out of the way if we get out of our own ways. Deception 3. I've been getting out of my own way well enough, and I haven't. I'm just getting there. It's a process. It comes and goes. So those are 3 places I've been deceiving myself. That's about it at the moment. There will be more. Like, deception comes and goes. But if you're deceiving yourself, if you can't name 3 things that you have been deceived on or self-deceiving on, you are probably not being honest with yourself, or you are so honest. I would love to talk to you and learn how you've got to that point, because that is beautiful. That is a skill. I'm still learning. And the spirit, the crown chakra of the arc. Trust in God. I trust in God. Love God. God loves me infinitely. I love God infinitely. It is an infinite love. It is not an egotistical, human-based love. It is beyond understanding and comprehension. And that's even after understanding just how big and infinite the all is. You know, this form of our bodies is only a shell that allows us to experience existence in this form. I'm just going to be with that. And I look for the way existence and God gives a little wink and nod to things in my life. Because there are signs. We don't always want to listen or trust them. It can be scary to trust. Because in the end, you're trusting yourself to believe what you're experiencing. That's what it is to trust the crown chakras, to trust in yourself and all the other chakras, and then some. The crown chakra and Kether in the Sephiroth of the Kabbalah are similar, but they're not the same. They're related, but not in one. I'll go deeper in that at a later date, because I can talk about that for a while. I'm going to be talking more about integrating these and explaining how these things go together along with all the other religions, because they all go together and they actually create a whole cool tool set that has been in existence of humankind from the beginning. We just all had different parts of it, and now we have the internet, so we can sit and go, all right, cool, I have this cool meditation and this cool exercise and this breathing technique, and it works really well. Like it helps me feel at peace and at ease and make better decisions and feel less wounded. And then like, oh, there's these Sephiroth and these concepts that if you understand, you can align yourself better with this view of all of the experience of God. And there's different tools for this. And you can take these guys and you can go like this and mix them up in different pieces and sprinkle a little science and psychology in there. And it's actually being creative and fun. And the outcome, on some level, no matter how you mix it, is a better feeling about life as long as it's all in love. Like, there's no real way to lose. It's really cool. It's like a palette. It's my palette for my consciousness art in the consciousness movement. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's I need to put that on my resume. Consciousness artist. I wonder if that would might resonate. I'm a consciousness artist. So with that, I'm done. I'm signing off. For those, I have no idea who's watching this and who's checking it out. But if you are and you're clicking through, thanks for listening to me ramble a little bit. Sorry. Thanks for tuning in for my saying. Thanks for just listening to a new viewpoint and considering mine. Love to hear yours. Give me a little bit more medium for my palette of consciousness. And thanks for coming and playing with me today. Because at the end, this is all play. And if life isn't feeling like playing, which for many of us it's not right now, pick up some of these tools. Check out my website, wakefulflowstate.com. I put up an emotional emergency toolkit there with tools I've used, and some I've developed myself, and some that was shared with me by Ista and Crystal Dawn, who's a beautiful, wise woman who really helps and heals people in this world. There's another gentleman named Frank out there who also shares his wisdom, and a bunch of others. There's a gentleman named Ohed, Pele, and Shachar, and Michael. And there's one I'm missing. I want to say your name is Sophia, but it's not. But all those people, plus all the wise people I've met through Burning Man and through and through Unify. And all these people, I will keep referencing them. They're helping me build my palette for my own work. So I'm going to keep making my works of art. Love you guys. James signing off. Oh, and keep your eyes out for this app I want to build. It's going to be really simple. But if anybody knows somebody who could just do some basic app work for me, really it's simple, willing to pay for it. I just need some support from somebody who knows what the heck they're doing. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just making it up and using the tools as I figure them out. But any support would be great. Love you guys. And peace and happiness and love. And it all used to seem like something I would joke around about, like, oh, peace. But really, I wish you guys all peace in your soul and in your heart, in your world. Let's build a peaceful world. Let's build a friendly world. Let's build a loving world for all of us. Bye.